Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Big Sandy Games were up and running yesterday, but this time without the rain. And we take a moment to remind you of how to be bare as the activity starts to increase.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. Today is June 7th, hard to believe already. It is kind of foggy out there this morning. Let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
Good morning, Madison. Good morning, everyone. And indeed, it is pretty foggy outside our door this morning. Visibilities as you leave Perry County, down into Harlan County as you make your way back out toward through Leslie and Clay counties down around zero. The visibility low as you make your way toward Ashland, also as you make your way over toward Williamsburg. Temperature-wise this morning, how refreshing is this? Mid and upper 50s, lower 60s, and dew points. I'll show you that in the next weather segment, but we talked about it late last night. We got the drier air into northern Tennessee, so it feels fantastic your way too. Nothing going on locally. Bubble of high pressure moving on in. So once we burn off the fog this morning, we've got nothing but a good deal of sunshine and a forecast high this afternoon up close to 78. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. A grocery service is closing its doors in 5 locations across the states. In our area, Yellow, also known as Schwann's, will be closing in London and Prestonsburg. According to a filing by the Kentucky Career Center, the locations will close on July 27th. London Mayor Randall Weddle says he was saddened to see more than 50 people lose their jobs statewide.
When we learned that there was 51 employees impacted in the state, 14 in the city of London, we hated to hear that for the employees and their families. It's unfortunate when people get laid off. And as a community, we hate it because we know that we have some elderly people in our community that use that service for, to get different items from. So
Weddle says he hopes the employees will find jobs soon after they close in late July. The rain finally held off for the Big Sandy Senior Games to host day 2 of activities. I was able to speak with some participants on what it means to them. Seniors and volunteers took a load off and enjoyed a day of fun and activity for the Big Sandy Senior Games.
I think on a scale of 1 to 10, you'd have to rate it as a 10.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
Whether it was participants' first year or they are Big Sandy Senior Games veterans, they can't decide their favorite part.
Mine's all of it. I do it all. I do it all.
I'm not able.
My hands are open on every bit of it. Whatever it is you bring, I'll try it. I'll do it. If I can do it, it's good. If I can't, well, it'll show for itself.
Volunteers say it feels good to help participants enjoy their day and feel young again.
Other than that was a lot of fun and cheering the people on. I don't want to call them elderly because, they are young in their own right.
Participants like Thurman say the game keeps him trying new things.
So far, this one.
You like lawn bowling?
Yeah, lawn bowling.
Cool.
It's the only one I've done any good at so far. So I have to claim it.
But regardless of how well they rack up points in the game, seniors are able to stick together for a day of fun.
If I fall down, you pick me up.
Oh, sure. I'll pick you up. I'll take you and put you on the couch or whatever. Put you on the chair.
Many of the volunteers for the Big Sandy Senior Games came from the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was hosted on Thursday evening for a new outdoor space in downtown Hazard. It's next to the Goal Line restaurant where the Grand Hotel building once stood until it burned in 2015. It was also the first Thursdays on the Grand, which featured vendors, artists, live music from Ben Fugit, and more. The next one is planned for June 20th, and the space will be utilized for music festivals and other events in the future. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 12 hosted its annual summer training event, bringing the rodeo to Archer Park. The event allows crews to gather together and use their equipment in obstacle course styled stations, from picking up balls and placing them in tubes to driving through a course of safety cones. Organizers say it is all about bringing a little fun to the summer while making sure they can learn and sharpen their skills along the way.
We have a couple fun competitions going on where we try and think ahead to snow and ice season. And we also think ahead to using our equipment.
The training serves as a sort of summer reunion for the workers, providing food, cornhole, and more between the learning. As we spend more time outside, your chances of running into a bear are higher this time of year. June is the start of breeding season, which brings the bears out. Plus, during breeding season, the younger males get kicked out of areas where they were born and are forced to roam. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife officials are reminding people to be bear wise. They say if you do see a bear, there are a few things you should not do.
The number one thing, all told, with bears is don't feed them, whether that be intentionally by handing them a hot dog or unintentionally by leaving your garbage out when you know there's a bear around or having bird feeders up.
If you are in an area where there may be bears, make sure your presence is known. Be loud and turn on any lights if it's dark out. If you generally let the bears know you're there, they tend to go the other way. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, a mobile health care unit is meeting pregnant women where they need it, filling in the critical gap for moms and babies.